Hey guys, it's Nina from One N Agency. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. It is a sunny day here in Connecticut. And for those of you who don't know who I am, again, I mentioned, the owner of One N Agency. And basically, I am working with salon owners and I'm coaching them to become salon leaders. I feel like we need great leaders in this industry and leaders that really can encourage and inspire their team and their stylists to be the best that they can be behind the chair. And also working with stylists and helping them understand more of the business side of the industry. So, hi guys, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. So today I wanted to talk about, and this is a topic that comes up often, because you guys are so awesome and you've been sending me emails and Facebook messages on topics and things to talk about. And this is a topic that kept coming up. So I thought that I would discuss it with you guys. And I wanted to go through the top. Now I'm only listing 7. However, there are more, but if, we could be here forever. So I wanted to be, mindful of your time. And I just wanted to list the top 7 things that stylists are doing to be successful behind the chair. Hey Sophia, I always get the question of, why is it that some stylists are successful behind the chair and others are not? And so I really wanted to go through and talk about this. And you guys always hear me talking about everything that you have to do behind the chair to become successful. We talk about, proper consultations, and we talk about networking and getting out there, referral programs, all of that stuff. I want to talk about something different today, and I want to talk about, more of the characteristics that you have to have within you in order to persevere through this industry, because it is a tough industry and it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication. And, when you're just getting started in the industry, sometimes it can be very discouraging. So, hi everybody. So I wanted to talk about these 7 things that I feel are incredibly important, and these are things that stylists are doing to become successful behind the chair. So let me start with number 1. First thing, hands down, is you have to be passionate about the industry. You have to be passionate about people, and you have to be passionate about your craft. And I've done videos, Facebook Lives before, and, one of the things that I talked about is truly being passionate about what you do. You can't fake it in this industry. People know when you're not happy. People see when you're not dedicated to them and to doing their hair. And it's so important to let that passion shine through when you're working behind the chair. And basically, when you are really 100% committed to this and you are 100% passionate, you don't have to do anything. The work will speak for itself. Your energy will speak for itself. You'll gain more clients. Your retention will thrive. It will grow. And so the passion has to be there. This isn't an industry where you can just go to work every day, go through the motions, because you're connecting with people. You're really with people sometimes for 2 hours, depending on how, what kind of service you're doing on them. So you have to have that passion inside of you. It has to burn inside of you in order to really be a true success in this industry. My second tip is basically, especially in the beginning, you eat, sleep, and breathe hair. You eat, sleep, and breathe this business. Everything and anything that has to do with hair, you are so captured and so into that it's all that you think about. Really, it will consume your thoughts. It will consume your downtime at the salon, and you will start to, think about things that you can do to get yourself busy and how you can promote yourself and what you can do on social media. It literally is eat, sleep, and breathe anything hair. And that doesn't really ever change. It may lessen a little bit, as you get busier and you become, 75, 85% booked. However, you can't just forget about it. You still have to work to keep those clients. You want to make sure that your existing clients are happy and that they feel that every time they see you, it's fresh and it's new and you're excited to see them. But you really have to eat, sleep, and breathe this business in the beginning. If anybody is telling you anything other than that, they're not being honest, because this business is, you have to work so hard. My next tip is you have to be prepared to make sacrifices. Early on in this business, when you're starting to build a book, you're going to have to give up some things. You know, you're going to have to make compromises, and you're going to have to make sacrifices for your time, because you're going to be doing a lot of networking events. You're going to be spending a lot of time on social media. Hi, Michelle. You're going to be spending a lot of time, you know, just mixing and mingling with people. You're going to spend extra time working on tutorials and videos, and you are going to have to make sacrifices in the beginning. And I'm just giving you the dead honest truth. You know, when you really want to be successful behind the chair, like anything, you know, in the beginning, it's a lot harder because you're just getting started. But once you get to that momentum, you know, you can back off a little bit as long as you're keeping your existing clients happy. But in order to build a book, there are things that you're going to have to go, you know, give up. You may not be able to go out as much because you're tired, because you're putting all of your energy into building your book. You know, so these are the things that I want you guys to be aware of. And these are things that are so important that stylists are doing right now to actually build their book behind the chair. The other thing is, you know, when you are building a book, one of the most important things that you can do is take initiative. Don't wait for people to come up to you and say, do you want to take a class? Or do you want me to show you how to do a haircut? Or do you want me to bring out the mannequin so we can do a balayage? Like, you have to take initiative and take control of the career path that you choose, and you have to take control of the direction that you want to go in. And don't sit back and wait for, you know, the owner or the boss to offer you to go to education. When you're on downtime, you should be watching videos, you should be watching tutorials, you should grab a mannequin and start practicing your balayage or practicing short haircuts, whatever that is for you. But take initiative, don't sit back. Opportunities don't just come. You create your own opportunity. And so you have to take initiative. You have to step outside the box. You have to really want this. And in turn, it will be such a great reward for you, but you really got to step up. You know, don't just sit back and wait for people to come knocking on the door, because that's not what's going to happen. The other thing too is, and this is important, you guys hear me talk about this all the time, is that they work on personal development. They work on themselves personally. They're also working on their skills behind the chair, because this is also very important. Obviously, you want to give a great haircut and color. However, they're spending time working on personally developing them as a person. They're investing in themselves. They may be reading a lot. You know, maybe they are taking online classes in terms of business, or, you know, maybe they're going to therapy, whatever it is. I mean, I think it's so important to work on you so you can be the absolute best that you can be behind the chair. You can be at home. You can be for your kids. You can be a great wife. You know, all of this stuff works for you at home as well as it does work for you in the salon. And you have to invest in yourself. It does include education. It does include, you know, taking classes on how to cut hair and how to learn how to do new balayage techniques and all of that stuff. I am all for that. But they're also personally working on themselves, and they are filling themselves with positive things, and they are investing in who they are. That's probably, it's not one of the biggest things, but I think it definitely is second. You know, you really have to know who you are and be confident and feel good about who you are behind the chair. So in turn, your clients feel confident in you and they stay with you and become loyal to you. So the other thing is, you know, successful stylists don't give up. They don't give up when the going gets tough. When they have a bad week, or they have someone that is complaining or unhappy, you know what? They deal with it, they hit it head on, they cry a little bit, and they wipe the tears and they move on. You know, they don't sit and fester over some of these things that could really be scary or traumatizing to them. They just keep going. They never stop. They never feel like they get to a point where, you know what, I'm going to just quit because this is too hard for me. I can tell you that when you have some struggle within this business and you're going through a hard time, typically on the other side of that is the biggest growth that you will have. So stick with it. Stay with it. Go through those hard times. I mean, I can tell you about, you know, when I first got into the industry, I was working you know, at a salon, and I was my first year, and I had 3 people come back and complain in 1 week. And I was so beside myself and so upset with myself, and I was crying, and I thought, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I can't take this. And I talked with the, you know, my boss at the time. She was the manager, and she said, you don't give up. This is what you're meant to do. You're going to have bad weeks. You're going to have people who are complaining. You're going to have people who are unhappy. But you have to learn from that. You learn from your mistakes and you move on and you better them the next time. And I'll never forget that. It was a very important moment for me. And you're going to have moments where you're going to have struggle. But on the other side is such huge growth just waiting for you. It's waiting to happen. So don't give up when times get tough. There's always going to be something great that comes out on the other side. And my last tip, this is tip number 7, and again, super important. When you see successful stylists, you know that they are working for a leader that truly cares and supports them. And this is another, if you have watched my lives, you heard me talk about the perfect marriage between a stylist and a salon leader and a salon owner. And hi, Elaine. And I talk about this, when you have someone that's really thriving, it means that there's a good partnership. There's a good partnership between the stylist and the salon owner. And the salon owner and leader is encouraging them and inspiring them on a regular basis and supporting them and talking about their goals and their dreams and really pushing them outside of their comfort zone so they can grow. And so I know, and I've seen it in other salons, when you have that support from your salon owner, it makes such a big difference in that stylist's life. It's so impactful. And so that's why what I'm doing, and I really want to take this time, and I'm so passionate about working with salon owners to become salon leaders, because there's nothing better than inspiring your team and watching them grow. When you have goals set for your team and they start hitting them and they start becoming more confident in themselves, they treat the clients better, they feel good about who they are, that's winning. That is the ultimate reward. So I wanted to share all of this with you guys. You guys have been sending me really great topics, and I want to talk about this and touch on the things that I feel that you need in order to grow behind the chair, or salon owners that you may need to help encourage your team. And so top 7 things, these are the things that successful stylists do. This is not all of them, there's a lot more, but I wanted to make sure that I was mindful of your time, and I wanted to give you the top 7. And I hope that you guys sit back and think about this. Really, this list could really go for anybody that is really trying to be successful. But in this business, it is a very, very hard business. You've got to work very hard to build your book. You have to get people to trust you in order to come in your chair and stay with you. And so I know how hard it is. And so I want to help you guys. I want to encourage you. I want to inspire you on a regular basis as much as I can. And I hope that you are finding insight from watching my live videos. Go on my website, onenagency.com. Check out my blogs. I have a ton of blog information on there for you guys to read about. I have the Successful Salon Leader webinar series. I have the How to Build a Book in 6 Months webinar series for hairstylists. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. Anything that you need to help you grow as a salon leader and also help you grow behind the chair as a stylist, it's all on my website. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you have a really good night. As always, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.